He's a big name with an inspiring story. Coach Bobby Hurley, former college basketball great and NBA draft pick. He's now here in Western New York, but his road to Buffalo has been anything but ordinary. Tonight, Shawn Stepner catches up with the UB coach as he approaches the anniversary of an event that shocked the sports world 20 years ago.
It's a quiet early morning as Bobby Hurley enters his new office inside Alumni Arena. The first-year head coach of the Buffalo Bulls jots down his plans for the afternoon's practice, one of the few non-game day Saturdays in the midst of a frantic college basketball season. Hurley knows the frenzy well.
Bobby Hurley dancing all over that foul line. And Hill has it. Bounce pass ahead to Bobby Hurley. Going down on Hunt. Over the head. Oh!
His playing resume speaks for itself. One of the best to ever lace him up in the college game, leading Duke to back-to-back national championships in the early 90s. An All-American and 1992 Final Four Most Outstanding Player. And he's brought those credentials to UB.
They want, the magic secret that I might have. I don't think I have magic dust or anything, but I do know the path that it takes to win.
Anything he says, you're going to listen and you're going to focus on what he's saying, because the majority of the time he's right.
He's real rowdy, right in the refs, and we make a mistake, he's real mad about it. But even though he's still mad about it, he still believes in us, so it makes me want to play hard.
And playing hard is what Hurley was all about, from college to the pros.
With the 7th pick in the 1993 NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select Bobby Hurley from Duke University.
Hurley reached the pinnacle of hoops, taking his game to the NBA.
I stepped on the floor every time, knowing that I put a tremendous amount of work in, so I know I was in a position to have success. We've prepared well. We're ready to play. We're gonna be tougher than our opponent.
And it's that preparedness, that toughness, that got Hurley through the most challenging ordeal of his life. 20 years ago, December 1993, a then 22-year-old NBA rookie, Hurley was driving home from a game in Sacramento when the unthinkable happened. It was an event that would change his life forever.
I was on my way home, leaving the arena, and my life changed that night.
The truck Hurley was driving was blindsided, hit by a station wagon driven without its headlights on. Hurley wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was thrown from his Toyota 4Runner, landing in a drainage ditch. The NBA star was critically injured, suffering a severed trachea, collapsed lungs, broken ribs, and fractures in his shoulder and back, torn knee ligaments, and a broken leg.
It was, really hard thing to go through physically, emotionally, the challenges that I had to face in rehabilitation, and it was frustrating at times going through that, dealing with the psychological, stuff with getting back in a car again, which is kind of the underrated side of going through an experience like that.
Hurley would spend almost 2 weeks in the hospital before being discharged by Christmas Day.
It was hard, and I had experienced nothing but success and winning at national championships, and now to go to the NBA and finally realize your dream, and then to go through an accident, and then throughout the rest of my career playing a different role, it was hard to deal with.
Hurley fought his way back and was able to suit up for the Kings the following season, but he was never again the player he once was, limited by the injuries he sustained that fateful night.
I was lucky, I was fortunate to be alive, and was still able to put myself in a position to play again, and so it was some positive from that experience.
It's an experience that Coach Hurley is now sharing with his players, with the message ringing loud and clear.
You don't know what's going to happen next, and you got to play every game like it's your last, every practice like it's your last, and just give all your effort. And he kind of used that as an example, and I think it hit home with some people.
I think people appreciated that I didn't give up after the things that happened, that although physically my body wasn't maybe the same as it was prior to the accident, and completely, I didn't really use that as a crutch, and I didn't go into hiding. I faced everything and accepted the results of it.
Now Hurley embarks on a new chapter in his life, his first head coaching gig. The pictures in his office tell the story of where he's been, while that December night 20 years ago still impacts how he lives each and every day.
The time flies and it gets real, so it's it's a memory I'd like to forget, but it's still, the fact that I made it through it. A lot of people wouldn't have been as fortunate as I was to still be around.
And following Hurley's recovery, he became an advocate for seatbelt safety, filming a television commercial urging people to buckle up. And as we head into Thanksgiving week, no one is more thankful for where he is today than Bobby Hurley.